good morning, good evening, good day, wherever you are. Welcome to another mindfulness edition with yours truly, Guerda Victor, mindfulness manager here at Konima Fitness. And our topic for this month is unplug to plug in. What does all that mean? Well, unless you have been living under a rock, you might have noticed that there's been a lot of turbulence in our world, particularly in this country. And all of that, when we are plugged into our phones, to our, every little ding on social media, or even every little ding at work, more and more as we do that, or as this occurs throughout the day, we start to be disconnected. We start to be disconnected with ourselves. We start to be disconnected with what is relevant in the moment. So the topic is to unplug. What are you unplugging from? Well, we can start simply by first doing maybe what you would call a digital detox. Unplug from social media. Everybody has opinions on social media, right? And when you have your apps settings in these notification, it's very distracting. I mean, even for myself, I have most of my notifications turned off, so I don't get the ding. But if I'm working, from the corner of my eyes I can see the light blink. It's a distraction, and it's actually very disruptive to your nervous system, and it really makes it hard for you to focus on the task at hand. Not to mention some of the information that you may be taking in can have an impact on your mental, physical, and emotional well-being. And by the way, speaking of mental, May is actually Mental Health Awareness Month. So this is a great topic to dive into for you to be able to maybe bring a little bit more balance to your mental state, to your mental well-being. So I'd love to share a couple of tools with you in how you can do that, and we will do a short little practice in the end. So the first thing you can do, which I believe I shared in last month's video, is earthing, grounding. So when you take this time to unplug from the socials, from the digital things, whatever they may be, there's a void, and that void needs to be filled in, right? Because your brain is like, oh, we're not doing this action anymore. We're not doing this. So what do we do with this space? So when you unplug from this thing here, you can plug into something else. And the best thing, the absolute best thing that you can plug into is plug into nature. Some call it earthing, but just actually plugging it into nature. But more specifically, I'm talking about earthing, literally plugging into the earth, going outside, finding a place with soil or soft grass to literally plug in. Let your feet sink into the earth and draw up energy through the soles of your feet. I mean, just even talking about it, I can already feel calm, because I can already imagine and visualize myself doing that. It is a great de-stressor. It is a great way to literally to bring you back to present, bring you into a grounded state of being, and shutting out the rest of the world. Sometimes it is necessary to do that. Sometimes we think we need to plug in to everything that's going on out there, because that's how we stay safe, or that's how we stay in the know. And that's just really not true. Okay? Grounding actually helps you to cultivate a sense of inner safety that can actually help you to better navigate what goes on in the outside world. If you just allow yourself just these couple of minutes, these few minutes a day or throughout the day, every day, to just plug into nature, plug into the earth. Another thing, and this is where, some people might be like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. Go outside, touch a tree. Literally, touch a tree. Put your hand on a tree. You don't have to hug it. Because sometimes people are like, oh, now you're a tree hugger. If you have that fear, all you have to do is hold. I often go outside and do this, and I stretch. I make it a stretch. I put my hand on the tree, and I tilt my head to the side. I get myself a nice little stretch. Neck stretch here. So again, it could be something easy, something simple, something very, very subtle that you can do. Another thing you can do is bring nature with you. This here is a stone. So I've collected stones on my travel. This one actually I got from my yoga teacher training, and I have some words written on there. So you can find, if you go out, to the beach or somewhere, there's stones everywhere in nature. So you can find a stone and you can write something, a grounding thought on there, or just a word like joy or peace, calm, or something like that. And I particularly like to also find stones that have interesting shapes. So this one here, I don't know if you can tell, but when I saw this, I was like, oh my God, this looks like it's shaped like a heart. So I do also believe that nature is always communicating with us. So sometime on my walk, these things, they will kind of jump out at me, and to me it's like a nudge from the universe, or nature saying like, hey, remember, focus on this. And I feel like we are definitely at a time where we can focus a little bit more on love. Anywho, so these are things that you can bring into your day, your practice, your toolbox to help you be more plugged into what really matters to you, what really helps you to connect to a deeper state of truth, so you can have a better experience, so you can be more equipped, so you can have the capacity to actually handle some of the difficult and challenging moments in life. And of course, last but not least, the thing that you can do that you always have with you and you don't have to go anywhere to plug in, is your body. Yay! So you can always take a moment to step away from the desk, step away from the phone, put the phone face down, and just take a moment to sit and plug into you. Plug into your breath. Plug into the sensations of your body. So a quick, gentle practice. Again, none of these take a long time. Sometimes we think like, oh, I need to make the time. I don't have the time. And that's just a lie that you tell yourself. Because you don't need a lot of time. Really, all you need is a minute or two. And the more that you do this, and the reason why sometimes it seems to take a long time for you to, bring yourself down, and when you all riled up, is because you're not practiced. When you're not practiced, in something, it does take a little bit of time to build it up. But once you make this part of a daily thing or throughout the day, you will find that it's a lot easier for you to access this state. Something simple you can do is just a few minutes of body sensing, just being aware. Like, that's really what mindfulness is about. Mindfulness is the word is kind of an oxymoron, because you're not really using your mind, you're not really using your thoughts. What you're actually doing is bringing awareness, bringing presence to everything that you do. So truthfully, mindfulness can be practiced all day, every day, 24/7, throughout the day, in anything and everything that you do, as long as you are coming from a state of presence and you bring in awareness. So that said, let's close this session with just a few minutes of grounded awareness into the body, or of the body. So take a moment, take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale out your mouth to allow the body to settle down. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. Inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. Now let your breath be just normal, even breathing in and out of the nose. And as you do this, bring awareness to the top of your head. Just notice the top of your head. Notice the space in between your ears. Notice your forehead, space around your eyes. Notice your nose. Notice your jaw, your lips, your chin. Just feeling the sensation in the head space. Notice the back of your head. Notice your neck. Notice the shoulders. Notice your arms, your elbow and forearm. Notice your wrists and hands, the palm of your hand, the back of your hand, and your fingers. Notice your chest. Noticing the rise and fall of your chest with each breath. Feeling the rib cage expand and contract. Noticing the back, your belly, notice the lower back and hips. Notice your thighs and the knees. Notice the back of the knees. Notice the lower legs. Notice your ankle. Notice the top of your feet and the soles of your feet. Notice your toes and even the spaces in between your toes. Just notice everything that's alive within you. Feeling the breath, and imagine you could breathe through every pores of your being. And let yourself have a sense of appreciation for this body that allows you to have this human experience. And start to notice the space that you're in, feeling your butt on your seat, your back against your chair or the floor, wherever you may be. And just noticing yourself again in that space. And slowly open your eyes when that feels complete. So this was just, I don't know, maybe 3 to 4 minutes. I know you have 3 to 4 minutes. So it was just doing something like this. The more and more you do it, you will compound the benefits, and it will be something that you find that it becomes easier, and you'll find the time to do it because you realize it doesn't take that long. You could do this in the car, or you could do this on your way to work during your commute. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of the month, and I trust this was useful for you. Till next time, bye.